Hi, so today I'm going to present how our teamwork and collaboration performance was throughout the second business challenge. It's an interesting way to see it because we got to apply many things that we saw in class in this business challenge, and it was really helpful because most of the times um, before we would lose a lot of time in trying to decide how to start. And I think that's one of the biggest issues with most teams that we all have to come together and join ideas and make them fit everyone's beliefs so that we can um, basically avoid conflict. And this is something that this class really helped me understand, and how even in our school that we have a lot of international students with a lot of different backgrounds, cultural differences. It's really important to understand where are we standing, what are our beliefs, and how are we going to approach basically address the elephant in the room. If we just start and we don't do anything, it's going to be hard to try to advance on this project without having some ground rules. So this is basically what we did. One of the key achievements is that our team was basically tasked to design a sustainable expansion strategy and analyzed ways to improve the revenue of acclimatism. And this presentation, what I already said, is gonna analyze how we collaborated and where we excelled and what, yeah, and we're not perfect, so there are some things that could have been improved using all of the teamwork concepts that we saw in class. So we're gonna talk about basically high performance teams, the DISC personality model that really helped us understand why do we act the way we do, conflict resolution, that it's the lateral inference, that this is what I was talking about, like how to come without bias and try to fit like on a very objective way what we're trying to achieve, and team decision making strategies that we were using throughout the challenge. So our goals basically was to expand and have revenue growth. This was by designing what I already said, a strategy, and the objectives for the team collaboration side is to enhance communication, to adopt different disk styles into the solution making, streamline the decision making was really important so that we would avoid bottlenecks. Because if we stay stuck in one phase, we didn't have much time. So that's really important to have like a basic streamline of what we were gonna do, so that we would actually um, check if we were advancing or not. Then, yeah, we need to implement a structured conflict resolution method, because that way we would maintain the team morale and avoid conflicts. Our team strengths was basically that we had clear goals. Uh, it was difficult at first, but we were able to define the objectives of what we wanted to do. I'm going to tell you a little bit about how that came to. And we had role clarity. Like we each knew what we were good at. Basically, at this point of the year, we already know each other, so it's really was easy to identify where we excelled and what were our weaknesses. And we were already friends, so team collaboration was really helpful. We created financial models and we basically split it. Not the tasks, but we weren't all doing the same thing. We were just kind of like building upon each other's work so that we would advance in a more fast way. Mubin provided the leadership in the group. He was someone who was making sure that we were staying on task and actually advancing. Samuel was someone that was very analytical, very well known in the topics of finance, and so he would help us build the idea and put it on an Excel sheet, basically. Daniel had these creative solutions like implementing summer programs and factoring, which were the ideas that we finally ended up doing in our project. And Patricio made sure that these ideas stayed aligned and coherent, that they made sense together. And my role was to make sure that the same thing, like we had a good storytelling, because sometimes the solution might be good, but if it's not well presented, it can cause conflicts. And then everything flowed logically when we were presenting the solutions, and all of us helped in the Excel side. the team dynamics and challenges that we had is that we had to use disc to understand why sometimes there were misalignments. We were all trying to jump into the same solution but approaching it from different ways, and it's because of this. We used the mic that is defined to organize ideas and not spend too much time debating what's the best strategy. Basically, when I took a course of Lean Six Sigma, um, we use different tools like Ishikawa's diagram to just set like what are we trying to fix? Because as we learn in class, sometimes you go to a meeting room and all of the different team members are gonna say something different for what the issue is. So we try to define what was the issue, and then we made subtopics of how we were gonna fix it. So we knew that we had to expand, we had to improve the revenue, fixed cash flow. So we had like the main topics, and out of that, we made solutions. So that made it really easy to come to different solutions and tie them up. And whenever there were disagreements, we will listen to both sides and basically try to um, find a neutral way without um, uh, trying to point that someone was wrong. This is basically what we talked about. I'm a very high D and I, so I usually like to decide things, but I'm very influential. So I would just try to organize everything. As I said, we did the Ishikawa diagram and connect all the ideas that everyone was throwing, and we needed to push this decision efficiency. Samuel had a strong financial insight, so he would say like, "Oh yeah, this is really easy to do. This might be a little bit complicated." But he needed to be a little quicker on the decision making side. Mubin is very goal driven and he was an efficient leader, but sometimes he would want to go a little bit faster. But at the end, that's what's important because we couldn't stay stuck on one thing and we would just keep on going. Daniel brought very good energy. He was throwing a lot of ideas, and we were trying to build them up. But basically, we used most of the ideas that he said, so that's a really good thing for him. And Patricio was just listening, and if it was too crazy, he would like try to fix it and adapt it to our what we were doing. What are some key takeaways and lessons that we had in this group? We needed to improve the decision making efficiency, and that's how at the beginning we were all just throwing ideas and sometimes not even wait for the other one to like we were all waiting for you to stop so I can say my idea. But after we started like structuring it, kind of with this methodologies of continuous growth, we were just defining, we would to analyze, we would see if it was doable, and then we like rebuild on that idea until we find the one that really fit. Then, after understanding this and our different cultural differences, we are friends. So leadership stayed. We all knew our roles, and that was good. But it could have been better because in the beginning we were crashing a little bit. And the ladder of inference was something that we could have used to resolve misunderstandings faster and ensure that the creativity always stayed in the group. So in the ladder, we talk about how we experience things. We start selecting the data of what we're seeing. We add some meaning to it. We make assumptions. Then we draw conclusions, and those conclusions become beliefs. And that's how I take actions. The thing is that with this, we have to be careful because sometimes, because I have my own strong beliefs and I made my assumptions, we tend to disregard whatever the other guy is saying. And basically, knowing this was helpful so that we could come like, okay, maybe I don't agree, maybe this is something new, but I should listen to it and just try to yeah draw my conclusions and not just like block it all the way and just ignore what other people were saying. So yeah, it was in the end it was a really good team project. We really worked well together, and I think this class made us realize that even having differences is really important because we can yeah establish goals and go about it and really take the best from everybody's strengths and make a good team project. So I'm really happy with my team, and I would do it all over again with them. So this is how we did it. Thank you so much.